Hi, Sagittarius. Welcome. This is your birthday reading, and it's going to be a little bit different. I thought we'd just get started and pull energies for um, Sagittariuses that may be important now or going forward. And then I'm going to pull one card, I think, for each month and do just a little overview of um, the coming year for you guys. Welcome and happy birthday. And let's see what is important for Sagittarius is to know as far as energy goes for now to next year. Planets. This is Mars. So maybe some like action, doing, initiative energy. This is the drive, confronting and action, energize, and making yourself do something. On the bottom is Venus, so maybe there's like an underlying Venusian energy to the Mars and Venus maybe will actually kind of make sense. Mars and Venus. So maybe it has something to do with partnerships or just like the, yin and yang within yourself, just finding a balance or something like that. So let's see. Mars, Venus in Sagittarius is Mars, Venus in Taurus. Venus rules over Taurus, so there we go. And Scorpio, a sign that comes before you. So maybe there's some, I'm trying to get some light here. Well, there we go. What was I saying? Scorpio and Taurus, and those are partner signs too. So a lot of that, like yin to your yang, either within yourself or maybe again like with partnerships. But Taurus is an earth sign, so it's all about like just being very grounded and steady, and so maybe it's going to be a very steady year for you. Very, I want to say like, says your beliefs and has maybe something to do with like material type things and just enjoying things that you have, enjoying your resources and being practical and productivity and results and things like that. And Scorpio is about resurrection. So again, I feel like it's that like cycle. Oops. So it's interesting. And let's see. I'm trying to find like this is a little bit different. I'm not used to this space, so I haven't really worked out the lighting. Okay, let's see. In what house or what area of life will these energies be? So try not to give you guys a show too much. This is kind of a strange shirt. It's like this wrap thing. So unless you don't move, it kind of moves by itself. Let's see. Houses, area of life. For Sagittarius is now until next year. Area of life that will be significant. 10th house. Well, The 10th house is, and the 12th house on the bottom. So spirituality and also your career, your public persona, things like that. It's interesting. Maybe some Capricorn or Piscean influences as well, which rule these two houses. So, yeah. All right. We'll continue with that later and see if anything else comes through for you guys. Let's see. We should start with an Archangel Oracle card and see what kind of guidance and help you have for this coming year. Encouragement. This is, you know what to do. Archangel Uriel. It always reminds me of like Ariel. Trust your inner knowledge and act upon it without delay. So trust in your gut. I feel like that's very much that like clear, cognizant energy of just knowing something, and you know what to do. So maybe you've been wondering about something and you just need to act. That's that kind of Mars energy and very action oriented. On the bottom is victory. So I feel like that's more of like a celebration victory kind of thing. This is Archangel Sandalphon. Your prayers have been heard and answered. Have faith. So, you know what to do. I feel like it's kind of like a meeting halfway with your higher guidance, with fate, destiny, things like that. As long as you take action, as long as you do your part, I feel like it's basically saying every universe will meet you halfway and you are assured a victory. Maybe in your career life, maybe with something having to do with the 12th house, spirituality, things that have been sort of like a mystery to you. The unknown, things that you've been wondering about. This also reminds me of the Hermit card, the Lantern, number 9. So it's also like looking for hope, looking for inspiration, but maybe you found it. You found that next step and you know what to do. So victory and you know what to do. That sounds great. Let's see. Yeah, maybe I'll just pull some oracle cards at the end and also do a short love reading for you guys. And also, so maybe let's just get started. I have a bunch of different decks and I'll pull from each one for different months, but I think I'll have to like double them. Anyways, all right. So November for Sagittarius is for the highest and greatest good of all. Sagittarius need to know for the month of November that we're currently in, or maybe there's some sort of overlap with December, but this is Princess of Pentacles, Earth Palace. So again, that's that kind of like earthy energy that has to do with the 10th house and also maybe Venus, Taurus. So tapping into your earthy side. I feel like it's like, about to be winter, so it's like enjoying the outdoors while it's still warm out and stuff like that. But also, again, just being sort of like practical and just maybe embracing the more, I think Sagittarius can kind of be big-minded and idea-oriented and things like that. Higher education, all of that. So other things that have to do with like the material reality can kind of go by the wayside sometimes. So maybe it is just really embracing the your earthy nature. And strength is on the bottom, Leo. So I feel like you have strength coming. I feel like it's not so much like you are having to be strong or courageous in something. I feel like you have support and maybe financial support coming in, being looked after in a way. Again, with the 10th house, so having to do with your career, and maybe things are just sort of taking off. And this is maybe, well, this is Pentacle Princess is kind of similar to the Knight of Pentacles. It talk about momentum, movement, but it's also someone around, 20s, 30s, and someone who's learning. I feel like someone who's like getting their things in order. I don't know, not like completely set, but there's so much, like, there's strength and there's power behind strength card, meaning power too. Power and victory and all this sort of, like, it's a good start. So let's see. I'll probably lose track of which month is which month. So let's see if I have enough room here. For December, Sagittarius is for December. What do Sagittariuses need to know for the month of December? And again, if, like, try to see how this fits for you. I'm going to be doing this for monthly type things, like by each month, but it may also apply to you on a smaller cycle. And I'll be happening now or something, because, this is for the general group of people. So just stay open-minded to things like that. December, Sagittariuses. This is the Knight of Wands. There you go. That's your card. It's a Sagittarius card. It's mutable. And the Nine of Wands. So I feel like that's kind of funny, because the Nine of Wands and Sagittarius are ruled by the 9th house, which talks again about your beliefs and your higher education and things like that. Institutions, just travel, expansion, and fire of the mind. I want to say, like, the wand with the wands, and ideas and the things that you're passionate about and your beliefs. And so I feel like it's like mind expansion too. Maybe you're doing some traveling, especially with the Knight of Wands, which is all about mutable, like, travel type energy. And just coming across as maybe, sometimes it has to do with how you're coming across too. So maybe you're doing some traveling in December. See, I'm already mixing these up. In December, transitioning from November to December, Nine of Wands. So it's kind of that, like, what's next feeling. Like, maybe you've been through a lot, maybe you've got a lot going on, a lot of different responsibilities and things like that. And the Nine of Pentacles is like, you are at the end of a cycle. You're kind of done. It's almost that, like, waiting for the next shoe to drop or something. I'm going to say, like, maybe the stakes are high, but really it just could have to do with the 9th house and travel. So December, traveling, or just pursuing something that has to do with 9th house type things, like maybe another degree, or joining a class, or just getting out there and, like, expanding your knowledge base, expanding your social circle, expanding. 9th house is all about expansion. It's ruled by Jupiter, so, and it's your ruling planet. So it's it's maybe just seeing how and what ways that you can expand on whatever it is you're already doing too. I also want to say, like, right out of the gate, because the Knight of Wands is very fast-paced energy and just excitable, and maybe rushes in a little bit, so you might want to watch it. But really, I feel like it's more so talking about you, and there is that sort of transition from November to December for Sagittariuses. I don't know if I'm polite. Maybe you're going to get some information passed down to you. High Priestess was on the bottom, or maybe that was the times I look at things and they come through for a reason. So again, the High Priestess is about like knowledge and research and the things that are a little bit hidden from you, Pisces and the 12th house, and things that bring clarity to a situation, or maybe there are some secrets or things that were been hidden from you, and these things are coming to light as you transition, as you make some moves. Maybe you're moving though too, or just again finding something out. Maybe if you're traveling, maybe you're finding out some new information, broadening your horizons. You are expanding your mind. So December, let's see. Sure. Okay. I don't think I have actually enough decks here. I'm gonna have to like get it down on you. All right. Here we go. What do Sagittarius need to know for the month of January? Energies for January for Sagittarius. The world just flew out. So again, it kind of speaks a little bit to the 9th house and the High Priestess. Here we have like anatomy and science and art. So maybe there's some sort of transition or overlap between arts and sciences for you. Research, details, things like that, that might be important in the month of January. But the world, I mean, it's also the end, completion of sorts. So, and the beginning of something new. Things coming full circle, starting over, feeling new and fresh, and like maybe you're going home. I feel like the world is like being able to stay centered and see things from all these different perspectives, like everything happening around you. You're just able to grasp maybe the big picture. This is, and I feel like it's good energy for January. This is all that Adam had, all that Caesar could, you have and can do. Build, therefore, your own world. Ralph Waldo Emerson. It's like brand new fresh start, I feel like. This is The Proportions of the Human Figure after Vitruvius by Leonardo da Vinci, 1492. Venice, Italy. Maybe you're doing some traveling in Italy too. Anything that stands out to you from these cards or images or things that I say that are just kind of, maybe even a bit random. I feel like whatever comes through is kind of meant to speak to people in a different, just kind of pay attention to what stands out to you. So again, maybe just feeling like you're finishing some things up, starting something over. On the bottom is the Knight of Cups. This is There's Nothing Half So Sweet in Life as Love's Young Dream by Thomas More. The Lovers by Paul Mertz, 1870, Hungarian National Gallery, Budapest, Hungary, just like making up things right now. So again, there's that kind of like Mars and Venus partnership kind of thing, the Lovers, Knight of Cups. Maybe you're trying to keep some like, I don't know, I feel like there's just a lot of excitement coming across into your world. All this fresh energy, new start, something, finishing things up, and you're like maybe just needing to maintain some sort of steady balance because things are so exciting, because there's all these new opportunities. Knight of Cups, it could be, again, Pisces, water sign, Cancer, Scorpio. Whenever I see this card, though, or just in general, the Knight of Cups, it just kind of reminds me of like your dream guy or like boyfriend, or kind of like knight in shining armor kind of thing. So maybe there's going to be some sort of new relationship starting, because the world also talks about, it's 21, reducing down to 3, so it has something to do with creativity and love and just things coming full circle, being able to really connect opposites maybe. So making time also. Sometimes I feel like the world has to do with like, cycles, time, seasons, and so maybe something having to do with like a water season. We are in January, moving into February, so that would be Piscean. So maybe there's something important happening in January, February for you to pay attention to. Also maybe like taking notes, like doing some sort of like journal type thing. Because I think of like Leonardo da Vinci's journals and keeping track of things, making more of an effort to remember, write things down, maybe writing down your dreams, since we have the dream lovers here. Love's young dream. So also, it's kind of like going back to the start with something, and maybe you're feeling young. Also, you're able to start fresh with something. Maybe, again, it has something to do with like the 9th house, because I think of Jupiter, which co-rules Pisces, the Knight of Cups, and it looks very just serene, like maybe also some love is just coming into your world, and it feels fresh and new and things like that. So let's see. Oops. Just lost my little copper stone thing, which has something to do with dreams, I think. So maybe there's something to do with dreams. It's like kind of hot in here, but kind of warm. Is it like in between temperature that you never really get a good. Anyways, let's see. From the top deck, do Sagittarius need to know for February, March? Knight of Cups again. The Knight of Cups has been coming up a ton recently, actually, just for me on a personal level. And I am a Sagittarius, which is why I'm doing this birthday reading. I don't normally do them, so lucky you. We happen to have the same sign. Knight of Cups though, so maybe Cancerian energy too. Like a random weird person walk. Maybe something's brought to your attention also. So maybe that's what the February was for. I was leading into it. January, the World, Knight of Cups for February, which makes sense with Piscean energy in the 12th house. So you might check out what you have going on in the 12th house and what aspects and things like that are working in your favor, things to accentuate, things to focus on. But this is like, I want to say, like, stay in the course, study emotional energy, finding good balance, finding some emotional stability. Also, it's just, again, like your knight in shining armor. So maybe, again, February is an important month for love and things like that. So let's move on to March. So Sagittarius is March. Important energies, things to be aware of. Sun. Maybe the light needs to, yeah. So this is like, usually March has something to do with Mars, energy Aries. So maybe between Aries and Sagittarius, you are just sort of shining. This is like your essence. This is like your creative essence just coming through. Being noticed, being yourself, maybe something having to do with children, or it's 19 though. 19 reducing down to 1. So again, it has to do with you. And I want to say like the things that you value too, and the things that you bring attention to or focus on. Maybe something having to do with 4 also. It's important, or just letting your inner child show. Maybe trying to incorporate some more like creative play type things. Or again, Leo, maybe. I think that was on the bottom. So, but this is just everything you think of with the sun. I mean, it's really just lively energy and just very, I mean, that really can't go wrong with the sun either way. So maybe March is going to be a really great month for you. Feather in your cap, I feel like intuition, and again, that's sort of like clear cognizance, feeling, and this scarf just really stands out to me. It's in the infinity sign too, so kind of I feel like ties in a little bit with the world. These seasons, you're just excited for spring and things are coming alive, and maybe also something is being illuminated for you, kind of like the high priestess, but something just like this, like all of a sudden just sort of like, aha, now I get it. Like everything's illuminated, everything is open and free for you to like just grab opportunity wise. And just though I feel like since the Knight of Cups, maybe they like see you, your true self. So this is being true to yourself also. Maybe there may be something having to do with that like tests your inner sort of resolve in a way to be true to yourself. That happens in March. So be paying attention to that. I did mention Cancer earlier, and the Chariot's on the bottom. So maybe something having to do with, again, movement, moving somewhere, just being successful. We have a victory card from before, and that oftentimes means victory. So Let's see. I'm going to try to keep these kind of in order. You'll pull another one from this deck. I'm running out of decks. For April. It's the 10 of Cups. So this is a really positive reading. This is a really great reading. Just mainly the arch stands out to me, but this is, again, has something having to do with family and children, or just some sort of very successful, happy conclusion to something. Maybe this is your wishes coming true, just spending time outside. I feel like it's very April energy, finally the sun's come out, finally the weather's getting warmer, and you're just enjoying spending time outside. It's 10, it's again a tweener card, or just some sort of transition. Maybe there's going to be a lot of transitions and shifting energies for you this coming year, but the 10 of Cups is just all your wishes coming true, everything that you've been hoping for, wanting, feeling elated, feeling very, again, successful and prosperous, but more so emotionally prosperous. I feel like it's seeing the whole spectrum of something. And again, we have these kind of opposites, so the yin to your yang, or just maybe you're moving in with someone, or something having to do with relationships, emotions, anything of that nature happening in April. Again, there's all this sort of open, arms wide open, seeing the whole spectrum, seeing the whole picture, with the world here, just seeing the big picture. There's so much of that. So maybe things are just really coming to light. Things are just really starting to make sense to you. And whatever it is you're wondering about, maybe things having to do with your career or the 12th house. In between the 11th house, of things having to do with family also, and friendships, networking, social life. I feel like this is having barbecues outside and fireworks. So maybe there's some birthday celebrations or something also, just social gatherings or something like that. A lot to do, and it's just keeping you busy in April. So I also feel like this is they just bought this house or something. So maybe you're buying a house, or you're having a kid or something with the sun. Things happening in April for you that just, you want to document and remember, take picture of, things like that. Just losing everything here. And again, that reduces down to 1. So I feel like it's very much you just feeling successful, you feeling accomplished. All these hopes and things that you've been wanting are just, you're maybe allowing them in, inviting them in, and they're coming true. They're coming, maybe it's even better than you thought, or expected or hoped they'd be, because that's one of the best cards, again, with sun and the world. And let's see, maybe I will change decks. This little baby deck over here is a little mini. Using cards. Let's see, for May. Sagittarius is for May. You're going to know. Guidance, advice for me. Again, usually I don't feel like these cards predict so far out, tarot cards. Usually it's only a minute or two, because everything is so cause and effect. Everything is so chain reaction, so until something's really set in motion, I don't feel like straight answers come through exactly. So this is more, again, general, to keep an open mind. I feel like this is all just being very open emotionally, keeping an open mind, keeping an open heart for whatever may come through for you. Maybe something unexpected too, something that you are like surprised by in a good way, like something again brought to your attention, illuminated. Maybe there's some sort of promise or something like that. Let's see, are we at April, May, June? So didn't even realize this fell out. This is the Four of Wands that fell out earlier. So it's funny. Again, lots of celebrations. Maybe it's just going to be a very social year for you, and lots of things going on at work, lots of things going on. I also want to say, like, in your spiritual life, your social, like, spiritual, maybe at church, you attend a church, you're involved in groups, group activity kind of things. What fell out here for June is the Empress. So this is, again, associated with Venus, and maybe Taurus is important, the 11th house. Not everyone has Taurus in the 11th house, but connection-wise, but it's also 3. Again, the world, maybe someone just thinks the world of you. You're just looking and giving off that, like, very Venusian, whatever that means to you, but, like, when I see this card, I think of someone who's just, like, really together, looks nice, is actually pretty beautiful usually, or just has that sort of, exudes that sort of creative, again, essence of beauty and love and all things that, Venus stands for, charm, art. Maybe you're just, like, really expressing yourself, because I feel like there's so much, like, expression between the Sun and 10 of Cups and all this, like, kind of build up in a way, like maybe you're emotionally inspired by love or something, and you're giving, like, birth to something creatively speaking, or literally speaking, but because it's going to have to do with motherhood. And but with this card in particular, I always feel like it's younger. It's just like a hot girl. Someone who kind of isn't, in charge again of, like, her domain, whatever that may be, but does it with, like, grace and kindness, like all the things that you would think of having to do with the Empress. So also maybe something having to do with your mom. There's a lot of, like, family and childlike energy, and just, I don't know, maybe this is also just how you're coming across. I mean, this is like June, and you're just, start of summer. Maybe you're getting highlights or something. Grandeur and luxury, and that has a little bit to do with Taurus also. So again, just enjoying your environment. Again, love. I feel like there's, like, a lot of love coming into your life. Maybe it's coming through the 9th house by, like, joining a club or joining some sort of class or something like that, that just allows you to meet someone new. Maybe the Knight of Cups. So that was June. Just really, like, this is a different angle for me. My hair is not behaving every time I, like, bend over to, I'm so fidgety. Let's see. July. Maybe I'll pull from a different deck. Just start over. July. Sagittariuses. And where'd that go? I don't know where that went to. So, let's see. July, Sagittariuses. Six of Swords, Mercury and Aquarius. There's just like a ton of movement and um, movement forward and balance and moving towards smoother waters. It's a typical meaning of this card. But also Mercury having to do with your speech. And Aquarius, I feel like it's kind of like, again, thinking outside the box. Like taking a few, again, just the very social, like very Six of Swords, like people being on board with you. And it's again, maybe you're moving across waters, across to a different location. Six of Swords, though, it's about, coming out of the Five. It's where you've had to like maybe change something, or something external has changed for you, and now you're having to sort of like divvy up or make a decision about how you're going to mentally move forward. This is usually being pushed along too, and I feel like for the Victory card, there's all this support. So maybe something's moving you forward. Again, the drive for something, the drive for maybe creative pursuits, or understanding, or something like that, spiritual understanding. But something's moving you forward, something's motivating you, and something is helping you move forward too. I always feel like it's being guided. Being guided to where it is you're supposed to go, where it is you're supposed to end up. What's best for you. It's usually moving in a positive direction, and I also feel like it's having to maintain this sort of balance, a fine line of just seeing both sides of something and maintaining like a steady pace, kind of like the Knight of Cups. But it can also mean like search your subconscious, or projection, mental projection. Sometimes I think of this also as like big screen, and again, projection. And so maybe it has something to do with that, mentally projecting, but I also feel like it's usually people being on board with you, supporting you. Maybe it's getting to the point with something. Going a different order, it's time. Art of Life Tarot for August. Maybe it's just needing to move forward and just move on with something, or hoping that someone, it could also just be like a visit or trip somewhere, even mentally, like just sort of taking some sort of time to explore a different avenue, a different route. Yeah, so 5 of Wands. The wisest men follow their own direction. Road to St. Clair by Gustave Caillebotte, 1884. The wisest men follow their own direction by Euripides. Again, that's some kind of change too, or just 5 of Wands has come through for so many different things. So are we in August? It could have something to do with fighting for what you believe in, a little bit of competition, but you're feeling supported and driven to accomplish something. 5 of Wands, though, it could be a little bit of confusion. Maybe you're a little bit confused on how to get to where you're going from where, the 6 of Swords. Or maybe you're in a brand new place, and August, you're kind of like, because the world that came through before could have suns on the bottom. We can talk about, starting something new too, like starting a new job, starting a new career or something. So maybe 5 of Wands, I don't know how I got there, but like Five of Wands, yeah, you're just in this new place. There's a little bit of confusion maybe, or just, I also want to say creative direction, progressing, maybe progressions through maybe the fifth house, creativity, the sun, expression, play, motivation, getting some direction too. Again, but it has something to do with like competition, play fights, things like that. It can come through for a lot of different things. So maybe there's just something that you need to fight for. And again, the ninth house, your beliefs or whatever it is that you want, whatever you've been moving towards or working towards. Maybe there's some competition that's introduced in August. And that is kind of moving into Leo and Five of Wands. Or maybe out of, yeah. So again, with the sun here, just a lot of that self-expression. Maybe you just need to speak up and get your words heard, get your ideas heard. Make sense of something. There just might be a lot of multitasking, a lot of different opinions, a lot of different people involved. Could have to do with the creative type field game, some sort of game also. Maybe you're just feeling like you're really having to be like on your toes and aware and speaking up and clear on things in the month of August. So the road to St. Clair, there's just so much travel, and either it's walking on a boat or however you're getting there, there's just tons of transition and travel. So this may be a year for you that has a lot to do with transitions and starting new, or just maybe grabbing something, like taking only like the Six of Swords, taking what you is really, really necessary, or what is really beneficial, helpful towards whatever goal you're working towards, and moving forward in that direction, transition, things like that. So let's pull from September. That was from before, Knight of Wands. September, Sagittariuses. To know for September. Strength and the Queen of Swords. So again, there's a lot of that like fiery and sword energy. Speaking your mind and having courage and strength and power behind your words, behind what it is that you are talking about. I feel like it's also having a very definitive or original, unique point of view. And that is what is giving you that power. Maybe also some like spiritual, I got the Strength card before, some spiritual guidance or help that is enhancing also your speech, your words, your communication, how you're looking at something, how you're working something out also. Maybe you're taming a little bit because like fire and air, it's very much like someone who's very intelligent usually, and that Leo and Sagittarius, like Aries, just fiery, passionate, enthusiastic. It's your also like with the Strength card, it's your inner like instincts, your gut instincts, again, kind of that claircognizance, like knowing what, needing to know or knowing already, you know what to do kind of thing. And taming also maybe your words a little bit. Because I feel like the Queen of Swords can be a little bit rash or harsh too, or just a little bit because she's been through a lot. Usually that's like typically the meaning of it. Like has a lot of experience. She's been through a lot. She relies on herself. She speaks her mind, is opinionated, is direct, and is a little bit like straightforward too, like a little bit detached too. So maybe it's your mind and your heart strength. I think of their heart, so connecting mind and heart, or what connects your mind and heart. As far as like career-wise or something, maybe trying to incorporate something that like brings these two aspects of yourself together, or just taming your words, taming your mental processes. It could also be enhanced. Your heart, your emotions, your strength, your inner strength being enhanced by knowledge and things that you're taking in, information, talking to people. That's 8. So again, it's your power, it's your courage. Maybe it's again courage to stand up for something, courage to fight for something, courage to say something that's been on your mind. So I want to say like inner resolve or something. So September, air and fire. You can reference all the playlists too. Fire of the mind. I also like want to say igniting something. Fire of the mind, elevating your mind. There's just a ton of like mind expansion type energy. And you might also be seeking out some strength, some help, some advice from someone like the Queen of Swords, who is direct, that has, all the knowledge, all the information, answers you're looking for. Maybe consulting some kind of lawyer or something like that, needing help with something. But sometimes I also think of like swords as spirit and strength. Usually there's a girl watching over a lion. So, sometimes it can mean like getting spiritual guidance from spirit. Let's see. What are we at? October, Sagittarius is. The 9 of Cups. So genie, spirit, again, getting your wishes granted. Maybe some carryover from the 9th month, but there's a ton of like emotion. So maybe you're having to make a very strong decision. You're having to use your heart in September. You're having to have some mental, emotional strength for whatever it is you're working on, doing, deciding, needing guidance with. And come October, you are feeling very satisfied, very happy with whatever has worked out for you. This is like feeling satisfied, feeling emotionally full, emotionally good, getting your wishes granted. So, also the end of a cycle, or could be the beginning of one too. There's the Queen of Swords, and strength can talk about physical strength, physicality, sex, things like that. So again, maybe just feeling satisfied or something. Cups having Duke emotions. So I always think of like birthday with this, like however that works out for you. It's my birthday, I can cry if I want to, or like just feeling again like you have all this backup, all this maybe experience or good. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but yeah, I mean, he looks very happy, very smug, very like genie. Yeah. So maybe it's also like be careful what you wish for kind of thing. So maybe making sure that you are very clear and direct with what it is you want help with, what it is you are wishing for, wanting. I almost want to say like a surprise party or something like that. Like you just are like, I don't know. Yeah. And I'll put one more from the telepathy deck for November. Kind of like overlap here. Some like different decks going. The world's on the bottom, universe. It's one of my favorite cards. A little different. So to sum up the year for Sagittarius is November coming full circle. What does Sagittarius need to know for the beginning and start of November? Hierophant. So this is some sort of, again, like maybe a workplace, congregation, counseling, someone with good, knowledge-based experience, opinions, counselor kind of type person, maybe again, school, institutions, anything of that nature, corporations, even that's more like secular, but, very much also religion and like the high priest, and I also want to say like the Pope or something. And this is Taurus too, but it could also have something to do with Aries or Capricorn. Taurus had come up before, so you might be hosting a party, you might be in charge of something, seeking out some advice from your boss, meeting congregation type thing. Something where you have to come full circle. Use little diagrams again. So that's what I think of. But the high priest, you can see usually there's like two people down here, and he's like giving instruction. So again, with the Five of Wands, it came up before. Instruction, higher education, learning in some capacity, seeking out advice, traditions. Maybe you have some traditions that you are reinstating or beginning. Because it kind of talks about convention or going the unconventional route. And Aquarius came up before. I feel like that's kind of unconventional energy, characteristics. So maybe you're feeling pulled in like that kind of convention tradition versus more originality in whatever capacity work that you're doing. Whatever on your mind. This also reminds me of the alchemical cycle of the star center, Hermes, or an organization. Maybe again, you're maybe joining an organization or being promoted at work or something. The law, though, too, government. Things being reinstated also, maybe laying down the law or just following the rules, following directions, anything that has to do with those type of concepts, those, may be important next November. Completion, 4 of Wands on the bottom. We come full circle. Maybe Aries too. Venus, Aries. Venus, Taurus may be very important for you this coming year. So I have some that to sum up, because it's getting long. But God, I think I'm going to get a haircut and just like chop it all off because I can't. Never behaves. So, these are these like combination cards that combine the traditional tarot. And so that is a good summation of the year or what you need to know more immediately. Pull some from here. Sagittarius is. That's okay. So the Knight of Cups must be very important for Sagittarius because this is a combination of the Knight of Cups, of Aries, also with the Page of Wands, Two of Cups with Caduceus. I think that's how you pronounce it, and I think it's a Queen of Swords background with the clouds, almost like all the elements, and bringing something again to. We have the Nine of Hearts here, which is translated to the Nine of Cups, which came out before it. So I just feel like you've made your wish and it's coming true. It's coming and it's on its way. This looks like a delivery to me, or some good news. Number one, again, there's so much of that, like just individual and expression and you and how you are coming across and being yourself and things like that. So bringing also something of an emotional nature, maybe, if it's talking more about you. But I really feel like it's some sort of delivery. It almost looks like flowers that he's bringing, going to meet somewhere. Also, I think this horse is maybe from the like Six of Wands. So, and that again is victory. I feel like something's on its way, though. It's in transit. Some sort of like, even just it could be something small, like a card or a present or something, but more so energy. But it could be a person too. There's a lot of that. I just feel like it's like on its way. That's what it very much feels like to me in the birds' messages. Maybe some sort of loving message or something that is of a kind of like sensitive nature, but sometimes I feel like this card is a little bit like the Knight of Wands. Like he's just like no cares, no concerns, just like I have, maybe even like tunnel vision or something, like just very like happy and happy-go-lucky kind of thing. So maybe not forgetting something because we have the Seven of Diamonds here. But the birds, messages, signals, even just like text messages or something. But I feel like it's very social energy. Both of these cards, like going out, socializing. 12 here, this number. So again, like the world, 21, 12, both reducing down to 3. So again, things having to do with your emotions and just making the right birthday wish, maybe. And it coming true. It's on its way. It's being delivered. Delivery kind of thing. Maybe don't miss the delivery of, mail delivery kind of thing. Okay, so maybe I'll pull from the bird. Oracle deck next. Some encouragement for Sagittariuses. Birthdays, Sagittariuses. Ostrich. Falcon's on the bottom and it's number 11. I was kind of hoping this other card that popped out earlier would come through because it was like the nicest. I've never gotten it before. Swan, I think. 23 ostrich. It looks like some sort of furry mask. See that? Like hood-wise, almost looks very floral too, like succulents. in a way. Okay. This is ostrich. I am ostrich, one of the great connector birds. Connection birds. I'm the odd man out. I am acceptance. I am that which is not obvious. I am earthbound. I'm an earthbound bird, but I have a firmer grasp on what it takes to ground the world spirit. I belong to both worlds at once, striking the balance, finding the harmony. If you have found me, it is time to bring those messages you hear back down to earth. No wisdom does service. This kind of reminds me of like service to like waiter or something, bringing something. Where was I? No wisdom does service to the world if it is left to rattle around in your head. Kind of like the Queen of Swords, and just like speaking your mind, getting it out there, writing it down. Some people fill up so much on spiritual knowledge that they forget to share. Others simply fail to come back down. The higher worlds are mesmerizing, but like me, you are earthbound for a reason. Find a creative outlet, tell a story, make a move, raise up your head, and keep your eyes on the prize. I'm a quick runner. Just thought of like road runner, kind of like the Knight of Wands. I can show you how to quickly spread your newfound wisdom. Perhaps you already know your best angle, and I've simply come to ensure that you follow it through. You are channeling. You are bringing something forth. You are of the earth. You are ostrich. That's that very like grounded Taurus, Venus, but also Venus ruling over Libra too, like the Queen of Swords maybe. Bringing all this like positive energy back down to earth. So a lot of that sort of a lot of that earth grounded and fire energy, fire of the mind, elevating the soul, and then bringing back down that knowledge, all that information that you've found out, and maybe tapping into that like spiritual Piscean or Cancerian side, 12th house mysteries a little bit, and letting that like guide you a little bit towards that that grounded conclusion, channeling, which I also think of the Six of Swords, channeling on some sort of channel. It has to do with your mind, so opening up to spiritual type things with the Hierophant and the 9th house. Bringing something forth, I think I said that before, like speaking your mind, speaking up, bringing your idea to the table, bringing what it is you want to see happen forward, being that change that you want to see. I want to say almost like more action, less thinking. If you tend to be more like stuck in your head, more thoughtful in that sense, like very think a lot. Maybe just more action, less, less thinking kind of thing. Wise action. All right, so I'll pull a love card. Angel Oracle cards. Sagittarius is love. Now until whenever you see this, or whatever is important for Sagittarius is to know regarding love, children came through, and we have a lot of that like sun and so whatever it is, we have Venus the Empress here, which can talk about like maybe you're wanting children, maybe you are trying for children, or just giving birth to creative type energy, new projects, new ideas, being more childlike in your pursuits. Your love life is being affected by children, so however that applies to you. But maybe if you are hoping for children, that's coming through. You're starting a family. I won't say like Mama Bear. Finances and career. So we did the 10th house before, so I want to say, like, again, striking a good balance between all these things. Financial issues are a factor in your love life. So, I mean, it doesn't say in a bad way or a good way, just, see how it applies. This came pretty fast, so I'm going to pull a few more for you guys having to do with love and love advice, romance, relationship, anything that Sagittarius need to know, stretch their minds or to see in a different perspective, advice. Religious factors, because we have all that Hierophant and 9th house. Maybe someone's very attracted to your mind and to your religion, or maybe you're having to incorporate more tradition, more religion, more spirituality into your life. Love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. So, yeah, I feel like it's very much like the sun, children, expression, creativity, the Strength card that came out twice, the Empress, the World even. And we have finance and careers. The Hierophant could be also talking about that. 9th house, 10th house, Taurus, earthly material possessions, and religious factors. Again, the Hierophant and the 9th house. So, what did I say for the other one? I don't know. Passion. Allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. So, bringing in some passion into your life. I feel like these are just like details in a way, like not that they're not important at all, but maybe you just have to get on the same page with someone and just, kind of work out how you're going to go about things or something, work out the details, work out some, how you're going to raise your kids, or like which path you're going to take, or, where you're going to be sending them to church or school or something like that, and how, you're going to save, finances, career for college. I don't know. There's a lot of childlike energy coming through. So maybe some of you have children or just are, again, hoping for, but either way, I feel like once these things are sort of sorted out, then there's all this room for newness and passion and sensuality and sex, basically, like passion. Whatever it is you're passionate about. This, we are talking about love, but it could also apply in different ways. Hobbies, anything that you're passionate about. And I feel like that really speaks to the 10 of, and I think this was for, which month was it now? May or April, maybe? Allowing your heart to sing with joy. Allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. It's very much like heart and soul, 5th house, and also maybe always got a lot of swords before too. And so along with spirit, you can also talk about your soul and how you connect on a more, spiritual wavelength kind of thing. So, I don't know, overall it just seems like really positive. Like there's just maybe a few things to work out, some contracts, or just getting into a new school, institution type thing, getting on a good schedule. I feel like this can even talk about a schedule. And the 4 of Wands, a coming together, working with others, partnership. A lot of that, like finding your other half, the yin to your yang kind of thing, and just really just enjoying everything as much as possible. I feel like there's just going to be a ton of passion, a ton of excitement. Engagement was on there, so engaging your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. And again, this could like be talking about now or just not all year, but just engaging with something, getting involved with something. Again, groups, organizations too. It's kind of general, but if there's anything that stands out to you, I mean, maybe you are literally getting engaged. And I did say hobby, she's like needlepoint. I want to say like you're sharing your hobbies, your interest with someone else. Anything, trust. Here, the situation is calling for trust and faith. That was flipped up. So let me see. One more card for Sagittarius is love, passion, romance. It is safe for you to love. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. There's a ton of like that heart energy. Your heart, your passions, your creative, your essence, playfulness, and children. So oh, brat. It's safe for you to love. So, hey, be nice. Beating up my old cat. Yeah, so there's that like exchange too. I feel like there's a lot of that positive energy with the writer and movement, transition, exchange, maybe just a lot of things going back and forth, messages, opening up. It's safe for you to love. There's so much of that like open your arms to receive kind of thing. Like maybe that's the only thing that's holding you back. Like you just need to allow it to meet you halfway, to allow for that joy, for that expression, for that passion to really just take on a life of its own or something, to enhance whatever it is you love, to and just receive, just be receptive, forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. So whatever you have to do to open up and to release. And they both look like they're like kind of thinking of each other, separate distances maybe. So whatever it is that in learning, again, ninth house and the Hierophant and forgiveness, forgiving and learning, setting down what has happened in the past. Opening up to start fresh with something. Giving yourself or someone else another chance, or just knowing that there's always like change and transition. Again, on a personal level to our our lives, career, everything, like nothing stays the same. So we're always learning, we're always evolving, we're always changing, and we're always, where am I going with this? But I feel like there's all that sort of the world, things coming to completion, fruition, the Nine of Cups, things you've been wanting. Maybe it's becoming clear to you what is worth holding on to, what is worth releasing, what is worth putting more time and effort into, what is worth learning about, more about delving deeper into something, even if it's just, he's even being like guided by the spirit here. So also listening to your spirit guides, to your higher self, to the things that you feel encourage you and move you in a positive direction. So remembering to listen. He looks a little bit down. So again, I feel like it's more so that release, so that you can have this. So, and just to sum all this up, love and general from the Enchanted Map Oracle. Sagittarius is. I don't think that was storm fields, but okay, let's try this. Sagittarius is. Summing up the birthday reading. Peaks of joy. It's funny. Encompass. So again, following your direction, your inner direction, your inner guidance on things. Trying to, let's read this one. This is 33. Peaks of joy. Oops, that's not it. Here it is. I skipped to education. So I feel like there's going to be a lot of learning, a lot of new information. Not even if you're not like going back to school or something, you can always, whatever it is you're curious about, learn more about. To enhance your life, piques your interests. Your life is filled with happiness to share. So share it with others. There's a lot of that sharing and exchange too. Joy is yours today. No matter what your inquiry, you'll be happy with the results. You're coming closer to a sense of achievement, and you've worked hard for it. You're surrounded by true companions and events that are synchronistically arranged to bring you to the next level of your life. The world is singing a beautiful harmony. I feel like very much so with like the Ten of Cups and beautiful harmony. Life is exhilarating, hopeful. Let gratitude fill your heart, and remember to share your happiness. Joy is contagious. I feel almost in a way it's very like straightforward and very simple. This reading, like it's just going to be kind of an easygoing year. Yeah. Reversed. To look at things in a different way. Do you rely too heavily on your material achievements when you assess how happy you are? Perhaps you'll say, I'll be happy when I meet the right lover, make the right amount of money, reach the ideal weight, and so on. Why wait to arrive at the perfect destination before allowing yourself to experience sheer delight? This is the day for joy. Take a walk, listen to the songbirds, scratch a kitty's head, kind of like a strength card, play with a dog, look at a baby, and be in awe of life. I just feel like this card pretty much sums up everything. Be in awe of life, which leads to a true sense of bliss. Be alive, be grateful, and know that happiness is an inside job. So, yeah, starting with you and just radiating out all the things that you're happy about, expressing them, sharing them, talking about them, bringing people in, getting people on board, taking on new things, new subjects, new interests, and it's funny that this is on the bottom of the compass because it's 50 and we did get the 5 of Wands before, and I just feel like it's, again, kind of like your inner compass, listening to your inner guidance, knowing what you have to do, knowing what's right for you, like the angel card here. You know what to do. Archangel Uriel, trust in your inner knowledge and act upon it without delay. So, yeah, I feel like you are on the right track, on the right path, and things are just going to be sort of easily flowing, easily working themselves out, as long as you're able to release, things that don't work for you anymore, and just really take in as much as you can, and exuberance, I want to say. Peaks of joy. There's so much joy. There's so much. It reminds me of like the story of Psyche and Cupid and Psyche, Eros maybe, because they have a child named Joy. Peaks of joy. Maybe you're just reaching your mountaintop kind of thing, because she looks just elated. Again, there's just so much like easy breezy joy, happiness, things working out in your favor, just being on board with something, just letting your true self shine through, radiate out. what it is you stand for, what it is that you love, what it is that you are passionate about, and, speaking up, getting your ideas heard, and letting that just sort of take off. So, happy birthday, Sagittarius. I hope you enjoyed the reading, and I hope you have a great birthday, day, and also month, and perhaps year. If you enjoy this reading, please let me know, and yeah, thanks for watching. Bye.